Welcome back to Red Devils TV. Now, this is a bit of a different scenery to what I'm usually recording. I'm in the beautiful country of Morocco, but obviously in this video I'm going to be talking about the latest news and transfer news. McTominay to Fulham or Napoli. Sancho could still be leaving. Ugarte and the latest news on him. PELLISTRI is off to Pamfikinos, I think is how you pronounce it. And Mejbri is also being looked at by Rangers and Burnley. So there's quite a few things to talk about, so let's get right into it. So first of all, McTominay. I personally believe that McTominay, it is time to go, but I do really rate him as a player. He's a brilliant squad player. He's scored countless important goals for us throughout his time at United. You think back to that over halfway line goal he scored in the Manchester derby, Brentford last season scoring 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes. McTominay's proven to be a very good servant for Manchester United, and you know, when you're keeping players like Mason Mount, when you're keeping players like Eriksen, I feel like McTominay is, you know, you look at and he's kind of frowned upon in our fan base, but you know, the positive side of it is that he's also an academy player. So when whatever we sell him for, which is apparently 30 million euros, is what, or 30 million pounds is what United are asking for, that's pure profit and would massively help us for FFP, and hopefully it'll be able to get us some like Ugarte over the line. Now, obviously speaking about Ugarte, personal terms have been agreed for over a month now, and PSG are still holding on their 60 million price tag for him, which I think is ridiculous, because you look at then Di Maria was at United paid 60 million pounds for him then, and then PSG bought him off us for 45 million a season later because of a drop off, and that's exactly what happened with Ugarte and PSG. He's gone to PSG, it's not worked out, so you can't still hold on to the 60 million euros. What I think is going to happen to make both clubs happy is United are going to loan him with an obligation to buy for 60 million, and if he makes it, or if he works really well, and we'll pay the 60 million. If it doesn't, then we don't pay him. Or is it the option to buy, or is it of an obligation? Whatever we agree on, I think that's the right deal. It'll get both clubs happy. We get the player in, and if he's successful and plays really well for us, then we can pay him for 60 million, and PSG get the value that they want. I think that's the correct deal to go for. Jadon Sancho as well, rumoured for around 40 million pounds. Juventus, PSG apparently sniffing around, even Barcelona as well. So even I think Jadon Sancho's still got that name in Europe, and quite a few clubs still rate him and still want him. Obviously, he had a very decent loan spell at Borussia Dortmund. I don't think he's good enough for being a United player. I think he's not suited to the Premier League. He's a very decent player, much better than I'll ever be. I'm not disputing that. But at the end of the day, I do believe that Jadon Sancho in the Premier League just doesn't work. He's much suited at a slower league where he's got more time on the ball and link-up play. You know, he needs to suit a style as well. And I feel like in Manchester United, he doesn't suit that system. PELLISTRI as well, we've got the here we go from Fabrizio Romano. He is leaving for 6 million euros to Panathinaikos, I think how you pronounce it. So obviously a bit of a disappointment, Matt, to be honest, because I really rate PELLISTRI. I rated him definitely a few years ago. First of all, let's just appreciate the background and the view. It's absolutely beautiful. But with PELLISTRI, in that first season under Ten Hag, I really wanted to see more of PELLISTRI. I describe him as a diamond in the rough, a very decent player. But in my opinion, obviously, it's just not worked out, unfortunately. And it is what it is. You know, obviously, Panathinaikos, you know, he's going to go to that club and no doubt be snatched up by another European club, because he's always picked for Uruguay. He's always on top form when he does play, and I feel like that he hasn't really done anything wrong to be leaving Manchester United. He's just not going to get the game time. That's all I think it's down to. Not down to the player's attitude, not down to the player like performances or anything like that. I just don't think he's got what it takes to make it at Man United, especially when you've got wingers like Rashford, Garnacho and Amad Diallo on the rise. You know, I just don't see PELLISTRI making it at Manchester United, which is a shame, but unfortunately it is what it is, and hopefully he has a very successful career. And the last player I want to talk about is Hannibal Mejbri. You know, Hannibal is a very decent player and he's looked at by Rangers and Burnley. I think that Rangers wouldn't be the right move for him, but I'd say Burnley is, because no doubt they'll be back up in a season or two, possibly this season. Obviously the season's only just started, so it's impossible to predict, but I do believe that if Manchester United do get rid of Hannibal Mejbri, it would be for the right decisions, because again, another player that would only play if we have a massive injury crisis, and like the McTominay situation, another academy player, so it'd be pure profit for whatever we do sell him for. I don't want to see, obviously with the PELLISTRI situation, 6 million euros plus a high sell-on clause, which I'd feel like United need to stop doing that, because you know, what if these players don't make it? What if these players don't like become a successful club or make it successful at that club that they go to, and then United like never make like any profit off them? So I personally believe that obviously it's all part of football, it's all part of negotiations, but I do believe that if United, we just need to be careful with our negotiations. But maybe it is the first season under Ineos, you know, maybe they're just trying to get out Deadwood while we can, when they're going to get out players that they know aren't going to make it at United, which is obviously, you've got to respect it, because we failed to do that for years under the likes of Woodward, under Murta. My arm is absolutely killing me, so I'm going to wrap it up right here. But as always, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you are new. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.